Welcome, welcome. This video is about helping you to understand how this service can help you and give you just overview what you can expect. So why this is important, this is what we believe. Of course, you don't need to believe anything we say here. It's because actually save my partner life. If you are maybe experiencing low energies, maybe sudden pains in your body, having headaches, feeling just off, not yourself, being more triggered, having difficulty with sleeping, more anxious, more fearful, those signs are not always because of the physical aspect or emotional aspect. It can be also because of the energetic or multidimensional aspect. So what that means, that for example, if you have some spirit attached that is feeding of you, it's feeding of your energy and life force, you may have no motivation, you may have lack belief in yourself, you may feel basically exhausted and no energy, drained. You may have headaches. I've noticed that for each person, it shows up differently. Like it's targeting the weak point. So for me, when I have something going on in my field, often I can feel it. I am either having no energy, suddenly, like balloon. Like you pinch balloon, it's like, I have no energy. Or I have more anxiety. Suddenly I am becoming more fearful. I know that this is immediately I have something in my field. And I know the difference when I am in the anxiety energy, like because still some trauma needs to be healed. And I've done so much work on that. So I know that this is very rarely happening now. And I know the difference in my body when the interference is happening. It's just a different feeling in my body that this anxiety comes from interference. Yeah, the same my partner often experience headaches, and this is headaches. They feel different when there's an interference happening than, for example, headache because he didn't sleep enough, for example. So it's definitely learning about what it feels in my body. And you're gonna learn, wow, this is definitely physical. I need to sleep more. I need more magnesium in my system. Or, yeah, it's an interference. Yeah? We are living in this matrix energy and we need to open our eyes and ears and our beingness that the energy is also interfering with us. And there's not only love and light. If there was love and light, the planet would look completely different. Those beings who are controlling this planet and the whole system being created is designed to control us, keeping us in the boxes, in systems, not being connected with our higher self, numbing us in so many different ways, like, watching Netflix for hours, scrolling phone, going, and drinking, smoking, drinking coffee like crazy. This is all to numb us, to become like zombies. And because when we are unconscious and not connected with ourselves, this is when they're siphoning our energies. This is when they're taking our energies. Yeah, they are feeding of our energies and harvesting our souls. So, and I know for some of you, when you're listening to me, it's like, wow, what she's talking about. But this is your growth. Yeah, you may not be ready for this right now, but this is what is happening. Again, don't believe me. So those interferences really affecting us, and you can feel this physically and emotionally for sure. Like suddenly you can have sharp pain. Often, like I've realized that the sharp pain is not that I am sitting incorrectly on the chair, it's because of this interference. And I give you example. I had one session and I was doing healing session on someone on Zoom, and I could feel it like sharp pain on my shoulder blades. I knew that this is interference. It's not because I am sitting incorrectly or something like the physical aspect. So as I am finishing the session with that person, I knew that I need to deal with that. And I finished the session, I cleared the the interference, and guess what? Immediately pain was gone. I had implants, energetic implants in my system, basically. I give you an example. Let's say, so for my partner, like I mentioned, often is showing up in headaches or no energies. When he has proper attack, like he needs to lie down, he has no energies, and I will share with you how this saved our lives or our relationship or actually his life. So he started having a lack of energies, basically, and we knew that there is also different reasons, because before his awakening, let's call this, he didn't take care of much about his body. And it's true, he needed now to pay the price and of course start taking care of himself on a different level. So this was one part. But then we were doing lots of healing and different things, and then we realized that there is something else, because no matter what we do, it's not helping. Eating well, doing lots of healing on emotional level, traumas, meditating, different practices, and still it's not happening, what we were expecting. And he was basically more in bed than out of bed. And at the time we were traveling in Asia, in Indonesia, and trying to find different healers to help him, and nothing seems to work. And until one day we met one person who told us about exactly what I'm telling you right now, that he had courses. And those courses are very advanced level, that basically he was course to lose so much his energies that it's not recoverable. And actually this was happening. And the moment those courses were cleared and his field was protected, literally in 3-4 days he was back to himself. And this is how we got into that whole multidimensional world. This is where we recognize that this is real stuff. And I'm telling you how many times I was off because I had implants or EMF effect or IE or some spirits attached. And this can happen very easily if you are amongst people who are unconscious and have some stuff around, or if you have, just like my partner, certain contracts with whoever, and your body is not so strong. For example, if you are dealing with certain health conditions, your system is weaker. So you're going to be prone to interference much more than people who are strong in the body, strong in the mind, strong, like healed, yeah? So for me, this multidimensional clearing and healing is like I'm brushing my teeth, I'm checking my field. Especially if I'm feeling off. If I wake up and I am having no energies or having headaches or having pain out of like nowhere, this is first thing that I am checking and actually do with my partner. And then I'm dealing with rest. Okay, we check the multidimensional level, it's clear, then maybe there is now I can deal with emotional level. Maybe I need to sit with my grief or sadness or whatever is showing up. And I also changed the way I am doing sessions with clients, especially with new clients. I first check them energetically before we clearing any programmings, conditioning, traumas, working with limiting beliefs. I first check what they have in their field. Because if they have spirits attached that are lowering their vibrations and feeding off their energies, and they have some heavy attachments or cords or attacks or implants, like, can you see how this is weighing them down? How much harder is to actually liberate yourself and clear certain traumas or bring the wholeness into your system? So this is number one for me, that I am checking, and then we're going into doing different things, because I cannot tell you how many times That's why I want to share, save your time and energy. How many times we both thought that this is just a process and we need to sit or lie down in bed because we're processing grief or sadness or something else. And this was not processing anything. It was pure interference. And we needed to stay in bed, let's say 3-4 days sometimes. And, either him or me thinking, okay, we need to process this, body is processing something, or maybe I am processing sadness, or I am processing maybe situation in family. And then after 4 or 5 days, something is like, we started thinking, this is, something is odd. So I started having some negative thoughts. And then I got it. Okay, this is interference. And then either we do clearing on him or me. It's like, bang, 5 minutes. And we are okay. 5 minutes and we are okay. And now, because we've learned so many times and we wasted time. Wasted, now I can share with you, so it wasn't wasted. But you know what I mean, that those days could be used productively. We could spend time in the nature, doing things or creating things or being with our families instead of lying in bed. And being in our poor me's, whether it's showing up on a physical level, so you just have no energy, or whether it's showing on an emotional level when you're crying or feeling poor me or feeling sad or whatever. It was because certain attachments were, certain things were attached to us, because we had some heavy stuff, other stuff in our field. So I hope this makes sense. And I know if you are new to this stuff, I know, because it took us a while to digest that. It took us a while that, wow, it's not only physical, emotional, mental body to work on, but also very much on multi-dimensional level. And I definitely recommend this kind of clearings and shielding and protections on a regular basis. And whatever regular basis means to you, maybe every 3 months or once a month, once every 2 weeks. It's you tune into yourself and into your intuition and trust that. I'm only sharing my journey and trying to give you some shortcuts. So if you have any questions, then just ask. You can email us and we are happy to reply or give you answer. But I hope that when you read all the content here, listen to this video, there'll be another video explaining what kind of options you have and how do you know which option to choose. So also watch that, and I wish you all the best and have an amazing day.